Hello, we are going to look at something called the magic eraser. Basically, when Canva uses the word magic, they mean AI. And AI eraser does that. You kind of just see this chair here, bam, gone. See this canoe here? Bam, gone. See this Prius here with the tent? Bam. It's super easy to use. It's pretty good. It's a pro feature, so some of you will be only able to watch. Some of you will be able to do it with me. Let's jump in. All right, first up, I want you to bring in Magic Eraser 1, 2, and 3 from your exercise files, okay, and put them on your poster page. I'm going to zoom in on this guy, Command plus. Okay, Control plus on a PC. Okay, I'm gonna move up the page, and with it selected, I'm gonna go to Edit, okay, and I'm gonna go to the Magic Studio. Okay, this is, remember, the general term they use for all of their AI stuff. And the one I want is Magic Eraser. Okay, let's click on it. And there's two options. You can brush something out. Okay, you could say, you can be relatively rough with it. That's probably a little rough, but let's give it a go. And it's pretty good. Okay, the other way is if I undo it. Oh, the other thing before I move on, you can play with your brush size. If you've got something big or small, okay, but it's pretty good. You just be relatively rough with it. Click. Okay, we'll spend a little bit of time analyzing it and kind of go, hey, do you mean these guys? Ooh. Okay, and I'm going to say, yep, that guy. And I'm going to hit erase. What I find is it's good at getting most of it, and then I get the brush tool to kind of, actually, let me show you. Okay, so take it back, it's done a great job. And often I do that, then switch the brush tool and grab anything that it might have missed. Okay, sometimes it misses just a little kind of something that might be, you know, as a human, that it's not part of the scene, but the computer has kind of missed it because it looks, I don't know, part of the background or something. So sometimes you need a bit of both. All right, let's close that down and scroll down. Let's do it on this one here. Let's go to Edit. Let's go to, I'm going to try and break it so I can show you ways of unbreaking it. So I'm going to go to Magic Eraser. Okay, I'm going to go to Click and show you what I kind of mean by it. It's kind of good. Okay, watch this. I want to be able to click it and use the brush tool before it goes and processes because it takes a bit of a time. You see what it did there? What it tried to do is that it saw the shadow there and went, all right, I'm just gonna smoosh the shadow around. Okay, so I'm gonna undo using Command Z, Control Z on a PC. Okay, I'm gonna go to Brush. And again, I'm probably just gonna use the brush for this one. I'm gonna find something appropriate because I want the shadow gone. I want this part. Okay, it's kind of footsteps from it. I want to get that bit of the shadow as well. Okay, I'm gonna try and grab it all. And again, I'm pretty loose with it, only because I'm like, make new stuff of this, because that's kind of an anomaly that maybe, I don't know, makes it easy to see that something's been kind of doctored. All right, and pretty good. Sands ended up in the water. The weird thing about some of these is that it's getting better and better. I bet you when you're doing it right now, go and do it, yours will be better. These AI models are all getting so good so quickly. Like a year ago, AI was really bad and funny. Now, it's really usable in lots of other design programs. The one in Canva now is not quite up to some of the other ones, but only just behind. And these different kind of models and the different AI algorithms end up leapfrogging each other. And then next week, Canvas is better than anybody else's. So have a play around with it. Hopefully when you're doing it, there'll be other options. Okay, and you can go, oh, I want option 1, 2, and 3. It comes up with more than just one thing to play around with. But that's what it is at the moment. Let's do one more. I'm gonna close this one down. Let's look at this guy. Okay, this one's a little bit more tricky. I'm trying to get harder and harder things as we go through. So I'm going to say Magic Studio, Magic Eraser. Let's go to the click, and it's going to really struggle. Look, it's going to grab the chair, it's grabbed the car, but if you remove the car, I've got a half a tent. So in this case, just from my experience, is that just grab a bigger brush size and just go zhub dub dub and grab it all. It's so much better at grabbing a big chunk than trying to spend ages go around it with a tiny brush and try and get it all perfect. AI in general works better with a kind of a broader kind of brush pattern. You got it. Oh, that was good. It's the best one I've done. I've practiced this a few times before recording just to kind of test some things. There's some weird junk, but I don't think you'd notice. All right, I'm going to zoom all the way out. Who remembers the shortcut is? It is Command Option 0, which doesn't work if you're halfway through the Magic Eraser tool. A lot of things aren't going to work. Okay, so you got to close that down. Now I can hold Command Option 0, Control Alt 0 on a PC to kind of come out to full screen. Who's getting sick of all these shortcuts? Hands up. I'll slowly stop doing. This is Essential Course. I got to beat them into you. All right, because what I want to do is I'm not going to use them. That was a test. I want to use this at the top here. Okay, and I want to go and crop it at the top. Okay, I want to use this for my kind of top of my poster. All right, two things before I go. I just wanted to double check that everybody remembers. If you double click on it, you get all the cropping tools. We've been using the edges just so that if you do want to like move this up, you can double click it and just drag it around. Click off. So you just need to double click on the image or use this cropping tool. It's a while since we did that. I thought I'd remind you. The other thing is that I've given you some exercise files to play around around with. So we've done 1, 2, and 3 together. There is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just to have a play around with. I know not everyone has the Pro account. I'm not going to not show the features because a bunch of you will have them. But also I don't want to turn it into a class project where if you've got the free account, you're kind of stuck. But I also want to give you some practice stuff. So bring these into Canva and just have a mess about with them and find out the limitations. I've given you some ones that we played around in this kind of lesson that actually work pretty good, I guess, to get you excited by the tool, but also show you some of the limitations like this kind of sand here. It can get worse. So I've given you some examples that go from like pretty easy through to really tricky, just so that you can get a sense so that you're like, all right, some of them are hard, some of them are easy. You don't have to share them with me. I just want you to have a little mess around with them. All right, so that is the Magic Eraser. Pretty magic, it's getting better. Play with the examples, and I will see you in the next video.